when Angie, how did you feel? Mfana masi sesilaphayana village, my sesgene village. Sesikwazi ukubona nengam lake manje uBraking ubudala bakhe.
I'm sure you can attest to this. It is not easy to play for Kaizer Chiefs. There's lots of pressure. But what is nje mawuvuka ekuseni is like Jimmy. Indoda wona lento lokuthi uthuka ndothi youngster. We must talk about Nhlanhla Madida or Ronald. Bengensolisa big time.
No, but that's why angifuni sijabule Chiefs ngoba ngiyabona bona soya ku Chiefs.
No, but
season nayo kavele. Ngifuna season nayo. Vele ngifuna season nayo. And your discipline from day ngikwazi Nhlanhla until sisiku professional, so famous now, and you were doing well. You were a very important player for us. Wena personally intwana lento bo yini bofutha now bo wenzani ukuthi we discipline thina behlule
till today lo
thina ba discipline besizaba kodwa sanibonani futhi ma Africa mahle sibuyile futhi bafethu this is Jabu Mahlangu and diskishandis shuffling DISKI RINGAS. Namhlanje sine guest especially kakhulu out sekhaslami sikhule sonke sihuzuke sonke sanethwa imvula sashiswa ilanga hey sahamba ngama train sahamba ngama transport ukuye emajimini le ebomajozi bafethu ngiphethe ingwenya namhlanje. I'm your host, as you know, nguJabu Mahlangu. Before sizo introduce i-host yethu bafethu la kuJabu Mahlangu and diskishandis, please bafethu, we appreciate your support and keep supporting us. I-channel yakhula bafethu. Siyabona ukuthi a lot of you guys, you watch our episode, you watch our shows, but unisubscribe. Please siyanicela ke. Ngicela siyabonga ukuthi niyabukela. But sicela ukuthi futhi ni subscribe bafethu because it's for free futhi ukusubscribe, it's mahala. You like, you subscribe, you hit that you share and you hit that notification bell so that you can get the latest updates eJabu Mahlangu and diskishandis. Before ngizo introduce my homeboy mfethu umuntu engibuya naye fair. Siqale sonke ke legend lena kahle ithi ngifake i-co-host yethu umfowethu sense of knowledge. Twana shapu kunjani namhlanje ngiphethe enye ndoda ngiphethe enye efana nawe ndoda ngiphethe enye push discipline ngiphethe i-discipline
le nathi mele sibe discipline namhlanje lo usondo
discipline uthini Twana
ngimnandi wena mfethu grand
no ngimnandi mfethu
sho Clicks ugrand utham
no ngitop
good to have you on the show my brother. Uyazi sonke sikhulele la Davidson mara mina ngukeni la ekasi masikhula amikeni lengwe kana semibona le ekhosini mfethu but le out yase Davidson ngithi yo yase Davidson
ne
udlalile la emhlabathini mfethu ithi ngimile mfethu athi ngibusele kuwe uzasitshela masekuqhubeka
bafethu ladies and gentlemen ngiyacela bafethu please allow me to introduce Nhlanhla Kubeka. Nhlanhla Kubeka, former Kaizer Chiefs defender, former Bidvest Vets defender, and former Ajax Cape Town. Bafethu yasekhaslami ke le. Lebezokumaka ke le. Libuza uStiff Likweleya. Uyazi kahle ke le. Uchipa Likweleya out yami uyazi kahle. Bafethu Nhlanhla Kubeka, welcome to the show mfethu. Welcome.
Kunjani?
Siyabonga mfethu ngijabula kakhulu mfana ngiyabonga for support yakho nokuthi nje uzinikeze isikhathi mfethu uze la ku GMTS mfethu siya appreciate kakhulu mdladla isupport yenu ngiyayibonga kakhulu mfethu. Otherwise ugrand.
No, I'm very well. Thank you so much for inviting me.
No, siyabonga mfethu. Ntwana sicale ke konje uzalelwe eThembisa Captain Park. Awukusihlafunele nje kancane ke iupbringing yakho ubani uNhlanhla ubuyaphi ngoba ngiyazi ukuthi uzalele Captain Park mara ukhulele la eDavidson. Akusinikeze nje ibackground yakho nje Ntwana briefly.
Okay, first of all, I'd like to say to you, Jabu, thank you very much for inviting me on DISKI and Shandis podcast. I really appreciate you, my brother. So yeah, Nhlanhla Kubeka, as you've just introduced me, I've played for Kaizer Chiefs, I've played for Bidvest, I played for Ajax Cape Town Football Club as well. So Nhlanhla is a guy who uzalwe lona in Tembisa. Certificate some obviously see by Kempton Park. But yes, ngizalwe Tembisa. I grew up at Tembisa. And then we've moved to Davidson. And I think I was between 4 and 5. So we've moved to like I said Davidson. So yeah, ijourney yami yebhola kahle kahle iqalela lonini Davidson.
Ethembiso bosasina bomafoni nje ngokusho usase usagcoka number 11.
Saphuma number 11. Besadlala ngiyela ngamathini nangetina. But yeah, ilona idiski iqala udlala la eDavidson.
Yeah, vele njoba sokhulumile ukuthi uqale la eDavidson wena mdlala. Vele singasamoshi isikhathi asihlafune iqale kanjani la eDavidson so usukile eThembisa so ngayiye eDavidson so iqale kanjani direct influence ubani influenceile ku family member or ku family nje as a whole or noma mhlambi ifamily yakini nayo belikene idiski maybe time la whoever like ubani nje umuntu ubekanayo into yediski or uwe kuphela nje from a family yakho uqala idiski uqale kanjani la eDavidson intwana ke idiski uqala kwakho nje ukukhahlela idiski mawusakhumbula kahle.
I think a number of issues, Jabu. Like for instance, each and every young man or boy, ekasi bekadlala idiski.
Yeah.
We find ourselves sidlala ngalama sakhumbula ngasidlala ngama-tennis or you find yourselves sidlala ngalama plastics thatha ama-plastiki siwahlanganise wonke and then bese siyodlala.
Udlalile ngawo nawo
ngidlalile uso kanjani. No choice. So but basically that was the environment that we were faced with.
Yes.
So ngidlalile nami and also what influenced me Tamalam bedlala idiski eThembisa and apparently he was a superstar. No. Basically, mina mangiyethembisa even namanje ama friends wakhe they will tell me about Itamanam belintswempu bekuyi superstar elonini eThembisa. So yes, I did have some glints yokuthi ngikwazi umbona nami makasasipana Itamanam belisipana SAP.
Okay.
So I do have memories zakhe mangibona adlala idisk and I would attest to that with no very star. Very talented. He was a middle field come striker.
Oh, ile nhlobo yabujabu so.
Yeah, ile nhlobo yabujabu. Nabonhlanhla ngalizo inkathi kuzona sesentwana. Ngalizo sikhathi sesentwana yeah, nabonhlanhla ngasesikhathi. Ngasikhathi sesomadida Ronaldo.
Yes.
Ronaldo.
Yeah, Ronaldo. No, true. And then it takes sharp. And then like us, ngiyazi ukuthi mina at some point mangifika like us ngifike ngadlalela bo Sampdoria kaSikhaya ngikhumbula uSikhaya ngisho ngidlalela Sampdoria ke ngidlalela enye team cala bathi Blackpool ngadlalela uSikhaya then ngagcina sengidlalela iSmiling Birds and then wena ke la ekhaya i-team yokuqala uyidlalele ke yokuqala leyo uthi iyo ke wathi yokuqala ukuthi manje ngijimini bekuyini lo team leyo and if bakhona abantu mhlambe abafikile babayile bafika ku professional oqale nabo mhlambe abobani.
Yeah, i-team engicela ukuyidlalela mina yaseMaswazini bebabiza ukuthi ilona i-Arcadia. Be owner bo Mchunu brothers.
Yeah.
So the first person be owner the club bekulo Grootman bebiza ukuthi put Elijah. So the late put Elijah Mchunu.
Okay.
Grootman ga job Mchunu right now ngithi president elona esafa la eKuruleni
region. Oh, okay.
So Grootman yakhe I think first born yakhona lapho uye bekalona. Beka owner le football club bebiza ukuthi Arcadia. And then later iArcadia yachinja by Parma United.
Ngazi Parma ke mina. Ngazi lo
gama. Parma United, iParma be owner Steve. So he's a younger brother ka Job.
Oh.
And then later ke uJob took over. I think Steve ke uyongena ubuzalwane what decide ukuba umfundisi then Job took over but uJob maka take over mina bese ngiqalile ke ukuqala le journey uhamba ukuya ku-Kaizer Chiefs.
Yeah, but ngifuna ukwazi vele lapho before sizongena endabeni ukuthi so kuphama mara besinishaya ntwana. Smelling butts.
Smelling butts, honestly speaking, had big shots players. No, the team behlangene.
But the competition was very competitive. Still, even if when we face Parma, any team
you must talk about Madida or Ronaldo. Big time.
No, that's why I'm fully such a very Chiefs. Chiefs.
No, but
ngifuna size nayo vele ngifuna size lapho vela ngangiyeke because abantu bakwazi ru asiseza ku
yeah
kuphama ntwana mina mangicala ukubona vele sidlala obviously ngidlala against you but obviously siyakenana sikhula sonke la ekasi ngidlala kuSmell but ndoda boshaya inet ndoda bohlupha ndoda ngapha quick Madida, uyayizwa nickname mfethu bakubiza Madida mfethu bakunike kanjani nickname
yakashisa uMadida
ndoda uMadida beka yo
bekashisa sonke striker South Africa during that time bekuMadida usho Madida bontswembu
yeah so ubani wakunikeza igama lakaMadida ulithole kanjani nickname yakaMadida and kuphama nje ngifuna ungitshele experience yakho kancane kuphama into ekwenze ukuthi mhlambe mdlala iprepare noma obvious besadlala ekasi ngakabi like professional setup but ekasi ngifuna ungidentify into eyi1 or whatever iziningi ongazi identify a few ukuthi okay uMadida uthole kanjani igama lakaMadida ubani wakunikeza if lo muntu usamkhumbula ubani wakunikeza igama lakaMadida and wakunika uceda ukudlala yipi game because angebe manje bakubheke nje bathi uMadida kumele bakubheke wenza something efana lento beyenza uMadida you understand bese bakubiza Madida and nokuthi mhlambe yini into eyakufundisa nje or ngizothini sense eyakwenza ukuthi mhlambe uthathe ibhola serious manje yini into uyifundile nje kujourney yakho yephama as a whole.
Yeah, I would say the person onginikeza igama lakaMadida uBraylaja, the late Braylaja umnikazi we-arcade.
We-arcade, okay.
So we-ke ngoba bengishaya net consistently lapho bengageji. And I made ukora like it became something as simple. I remember when I was a young boy, kora it was something as simple. I used to actually have a vision about what's going to happen tomorrow. I'll just score goals like easily. So igama lakaMadida basically lifike kanjalo kimi. So based on indaba zokora, as a strike as you've just mentioned a few minutes ago that which I was very quick. I was very quick. So that part, yeah. So I would just say that uthi igama lakaMadida lizwe ngoBraylaja.
Then wafundani ke before uya ku Chiefs manje nokuthi uye kanjani ku Chiefs?
So when you're saying ukuthi ngafundani, you're talking in terms of like technical awareness?
Yeah, like leso sikhathi osispendile kuphama ngifuna ukwazi into wayifunda then ne transition yokuthi from kuphama manje i-opportunity ye-Kaizer Chiefs iza kanjani?
I think for me iParma had given me an opportunity to play football and be able to be aware of the technical aspect of the game and also tactically, technical and tactically they developed me. And also not shying away of talking about Stradin, because that's where basically you develop your own skills and talent to show, okay, now I can actually take a chance for me somewhere else. But yes, Arcadia and Ipama did give me a leverage basically to understand football from in a full pitch.
In a full pitch, Mara tata wena before sense azongena ngoba ngiyabona ufungile wena ntwana vele bowutshelile ukuthi bowuncanya idiski vele wena vele or bowudlala as ushilo sonke vele besidlala idiski emakhaya either uyalkena or ulkeni or uyalthanda or awuthandi but ifootball bekuyinto yethu sonke nje igasa ama one pal in wena bekuyinto vele mdlala bowutshela ukuthi vele this is the route engifuna ukuyithatha vele.
Just to before I answer that, and another thing that made us to love football, it's a Chappies Little League that we had.
Oh yes.
I think football in South Africa during that time, Chappies Little League was a league for the entire country.
It was a national league.
It was a national league. Thank you very much. Yeah, it was a national league. That actually inspired us ukuthi sikwazi ukufuna ukudlala ilona idisk mawentwana ukuthi hayi no yazini la ngifuna ukudlala idisk. And also regarding that question, I identified myself ukuthi ngentswembu ngedisk back then, you know, as you were saying, I was quick and thanda ukudribblana ngasikhathi sadlala etradeni bo one pali sihlala ama one pali. So bengino into vision yami or goal yami nje ukukora. So yeah, befuna ukora actually. Ukushulele ukora. So basically that gave me a desire ukuthi ngifuna ukupursue ibhola professional.
Oh, yes.
Another thing that made me to ukuthi ngipursue ibhola professional, I had a vision of playing for Kaizer Chiefs because bengibona idlala TV.
Serious Nhlanhla?
Yeah.
Ngalesa sikhathi.
Ngalesa inkathi. Make no mistake, I had that desire or vision to play for Kaizer Chiefs. Remember during that time where Makaya mangabe kune TV kini and then the rest of makhwelana kunamalona so bekunokugcwala endlini.
Yes. Ogini bekwile amadlala lawo. Bongabhatalisi ntwana wena. Aba-5
no.
Khona siya ogcina ubuyela endlini yokukhala nothi uyofuna i5 hop kumagogo. Sicalile nje ngala abangani bakho bona banawo ama5 hop bangenile. Bongakafisi.
No. I did not do that.
Okay.
So, but what happened is I would stand in front of the TV. Mangibona la magrotman adlala ibhola like Kaizer Chiefs most. Particularly, I was supporting Kaizer Chiefs when I was, if I'm not mistaken, between 7 and 8. So ever since then, I grew up having this desire ukuthi ngizodlalela Kaizer Chiefs, and I was standing in front of the TV. It's like, hey, ngizodlalela iClub, ngizodlalela Kaizer Chiefs. So that I had it in my mind. I kept it on my mind basically. No, one day I'll just play for Kaizer Chiefs, and subsequent to that, I did play for Kaizer Chiefs. I fulfilled that desire or dream.
Yes, but okay. Bofuna ukubuza ukuthi ufike kanjani ke Nhlanhla ku Chiefs? Uba lokuscoutile. Yenzeke nini if usakhumbula beyiphi game budlala mhlambe after leyo game if it happened uceda ukudlala kwaba nomuntu oza kude indoda haye I think wena ndoda you deserve or opportunity yokuthi uye ku Kaizer Chiefs le already bose ucalile vele engqondweni yakho uyimemorize or uyifaka engqondweni ukuthi nayi club engifuna ukuyidlalela and exactly so ngicela nje le opportunity kuze kanjani ukuthi uzigcine vele sodlala iChiefs bakuscouta kanjani ubani okuscouta?
Funny enough, later I'll answer you. Funny enough, later when you go to school and study about what is psychology all about, then you realize that hey, basically we create our own reality. As I'm saying to you that Kaizer Chiefs, I had a vision in my mind and I had a desire also to go and play for Kaizer Chiefs. And when I look back and find out it's very funny and magical, or you could just say it's mysterious. At that time, being 15, being bengibukela DGM. I think bedlala ne Sampdoria if ngiphusis bengibuye teacher emidlala ne Sampdoria Eswazi eMaswazi ground bengutouchline ngadlali. So here comes a mysterious man ombiza ukuthi uMahlubi Chanale. So uChana bengamazi at all ngiyangacala ukumbona ngalelo langa. So uMahlubi what he did, he just usuke from nowhere, the power of God. Mahlubi out of nowhere angimazi lo bhuti uzela asuka khona wazomala right wangiqonda wama straight nje wangibheka wangibuza uthi ngiyalazi idiski na.
Okay,
I promise you. So this guy umfishane, and then he comes and stand in front of me and uyalazi ibhola just chana uyalazi ibhola wena. So I'm like looking at this guy and like ngiyalazi ngiyamangalela ngiyalifustana idiski. Serious? And he's like I wena sex charo.
Yeah.
No when ubuke ku soft uyalazi ibhola na. I know ahamba uyijika le abuzise lona phama iGrootman le uBrailacha nabo Steve alandi iGrootman yami namanye amajita lawa waziyo lawa adlalisa ama challenge la elokushini namanye besewaqalile ukutrayela kuKaizer Chiefs obe badlala kuKaizer Chiefs. So bamtshele ke ukuthi no yalfrustani
mnandi.
Abuya athi kimi ngicela ungenzele favor ngimithe esquareni Tuesday because Saturday mangikhuluma naye athi ngimithe esquareni after school ngo2 2:30. So luckily bengeleza mabuya ke mina kuseduzane nasesquareni. Ngathi okay cool.
Yo.
Hayi
Ngesikhathi
ungadlalanga. Of course ngesikhathi ungadlalanga. So basically that's where I realized that ukuthi our psychology or our mind creates our reality.
Yes,
it was amazing. When I think about it, I'm
it's amazing.
So subsequent to that, yes, I did pitch up eskoreni mangiphuma eloneni eSkela, and then transport ngayithola lapho, and then we went to but khona iGrootman babiza ukuthi Mr. Rambao.
Mr. Rambao.
No, hayi Mr. Rambao kujubani lo beka uMahlubi akasebenza ku Twitter amaphepha. Ngikhohliwe lo Grootman but yena lawyer besontalize sisiyangazi noma usaphila or kanjani mangabe ushonile may he soul rest in peace.
Ngiyamkhohla le Grootman ukuthi angifuna ukuzikrikisa ingcondo igama lakhe lapha athi ngimkhohliwe.
Yeah, so I think uBratlas
ne?
uBratlas, yeah, I think uBratlas if ngimkhumbula kahle.
Hey, asidlule sizoza siphathisa inhloko.
So uBratlas sakibele venini begcola amaphepha while sijimini hayi siyageleza. Yeah, siyageleza lamaphepha ama newspaper.
Uyageleza? Ubani uhamba naye ukujimi ngisho wena khana ufika.
Yeah.
And bekunama player vele ada ayaya or bewa trial or besewadlala
besewadlala uDavid khona le othile behlala la emashanganeni bathu David.
Bedlala uDeba bedlala ngo left. Bebhlungu kakhulu.
Nabo late veli.
No yanya. Yes. Hey lo uDeba bimnandi kakhulu.
Nikhona enye like Aslam la isikomsam babizwa ukuthi umuntu.
Yeah, bekusasile
ogenge leyo namanye so nabo uLucky bengeleza naye la emabuye bathi umsibi.
Yeah, samkhumbulo goalkeeper.
Yes. So bekuyileyo group leyo ke.
Abo Rune nabo Tshepiso basethwatha bekungasi
abo Rubeza even after mina abo Rune nabo yeah.
So leyo group leyo yiyo leyo. So bathole lapha sivaye. So try lapho so bekusese striker during.
Yeah, very we striker ntwana bushayine bafethu. Okay, qhubeka.
So masifika ke lapha nesithole ingam la uyi coach Italian. During that time besobiza ukuthi amatarian.
Yeah, ngalesa sikhathi.
Italian bambiza ukuthi Maurizio Civiampolo.
Yeah, Maurizio.
I think it was ngabo February, so if I'm not mistaken, between February and March. Mangifika laphana sikhindele gcoka izinto zami zirelaxele laphana siyajima siyawumapa
bijimela kuphi
bijimela eReal Stadium.
Okay,
eReal Stadium la ngaphandle. So first team bejimela lapha phakathi eReal Stadium, so thina besijimela la bekhona iground bela eloneni engaphandle kweReal Stadium. So I know immediately masiqala sidlala i-game. Mina ngithi ngandi kulama trials.
Yes.
Ngifesane nalezi.
amadoda wakhona.
Yeah, le scheme lesi bathi no i-squad sakhona vele dikakapa tsekhulu vele. Azange ngibezwe Jabu. Within 15 minutes ngabe sengishaya 3 goals.
Coach ushilo ukuthi buyitariya.
Yeah, 15 minutes ngabe sengishaya 3 goals. Coach stop game. Yabuza ukuthi ubani lo uphuma phi. Mahlubi ashuthi hayi lo uphuma eDevton Nhlanhla uphuma phi na. Athazi ngicela ngenzele favor. Na 15 ngaso sikhathi. Ngicela uthathe lo mfana lo nimnikeze ibhiphi eze ngapha.
Yebani.
So that's how I signed for Ilona Kaizer Chiefs development side.
So and the
So bengakabi ne-ID.
Okay.
Bengakabi ne-ID and I was the first Mahlubi ukuthi angizamele ukuthi ngithole i-ID.
Azange usebenzisa student card because
No.
mina ngasebenzisa student card mina.
No.
After when?
No, I did not use a student card.
Okay.
But I don't know ukuthi how did they manage it ukuthi ngithole
Bahabi
temporary ID.
Yeah.
I got a temporary ID because now they wanted to register me for a game young weekend. Tuesday, they were cutting Rezela Kaizer Chiefs. So that's when basically I got I get an opportunity to sign for Ukdlalela development Kaizer Chiefs. It was 1995. It was 1995 in February.
Yo, and Baksana is a strike.
Bangsana is a strike.
We strike away.
Strike and shy net. Within 15 minutes.
Within 15 minutes we shy
3 goals.
Then Kubeka mfethu.
So sengichachele chain le.
Yeah.
So angithi manje bengithi ngifuna unizwe sense
Hayi qhubeka ngimamela.
Yeah, ikhakhe.
So-
Ikhakhe manje.
So yeah, ngasayina ke ne Kaizer Chiefs ngadlala ama games ambalwa. I think I played about 8 games for the coach uMorizo Chivyempolo before bamxosha baletha enye coach. I think leyo coach leyo waba Malombe at
Yangifikele kuye vele yangifike yeah.
So yeah, hitting net nalapho ku Morizo. So Umorizo kahle I think because Katsara Philip Trows during that time
Okay.
Coach Umorizo. So unfortunately and unfortunately if ngibeke kanjalo
Okay.
because at that time Philip Trows liked my youngsters, so he used to see our
Yeah,
games.
all right, yes.
And remember I was 15 turning 16 that year. No, being 10 or 16 in April. So that guy was like, no, I want this youngster.
Hey, Utruzi.
Yeah, I want this youngster. Unfortunately, fortunately, this guy, but unfortunately, Philip Trozier hamba that season. So I could not go and train or sign with the first team because Baba Mhambisa ulon. And then we figure no more reason or hamba that season, but later ulon. Umalombo ngabo I think Umalombo came ngabo June in 1995 and then he took over. But yeah, Umalombo makafika, it was not an easy journey.
Hamba nayo.
It was not an easy journey. Hey, Umalombo yongisokolisa.
Ngani?
Hey, lo muntu lo yana ke wangisokolisa. So Umalombo Umorizo makahamba Umalombo came.
Yeah.
And Umalombo mageza uza ngementality yakhe naye leyo ukuthi we stalwart and legend Kaizer Chiefs. And makafika the squad lesi besicoacha Umorizo siyatrayela sonke. Kabanga solid team baba.
Yavuma management.
Ndoda ushuthi ivumile
Ushuthi ivumile
yeah,
ukuthi
because I mean if this coach comes and say everybody are trial my trials
Bekanganishaya mhlawumbe inhlanhla just afuna ukuthi ngoba uyafika.
no
Beka
it's
imina
serious ama trials ndo
mina mhlawumbe ngithi mhlawumbe mdladla bekanigaya yabo mhlawumbe bekafuna ukuthi nibe ne
hey ndoda Jabu it became a disaster.
What happened mfethu?
It became a disaster. Can you imagine you are settled, you are telling yourself what I manje push.
Hey.
Somebody else comes and tell you that Guti
Qala phansi.
qala phansi. Kaizer Chiefs host ama-trials ngesikhathi sakamalumbo. Sesiqalela phansi. Wonke umuntu awuse-regular wena awusayinanga la. Awuse-player la.
Yes.
Can you imagine?
Ndoda it's like ngithi age because hey angazi mina benyenzani if bengikhona la. Angazi.
Sesiyatrayela baba wonke umuntu uyatrayela. Ndoda say we find ourselves wanting ndoda mawutrayela lapha ndoda you are given 10 minutes.
Obviously mfethu
Kugcwele kungani? Kugcwele wonke umuntu ndoda la South Africa ndoda ufuna ukudlala iKaizer Chiefs.
Hawu lama trial ekhuluma ngawo ama open trials.
Open trials, yes.
Not ukuthi maybe is
Red Stadium. No, wonke umuntu uyatrayela, uthola ukuthi wonke umuntu uyatrayela ngaso sikhathi. So
but athi ngibuze nje kulama player abodlala nawo under the coach Moritz. Abobani ama player maybe
engimkhumbulayo oye wadlala professional uAce Mulifensweling yawagcina sekadlalela
Eziki?
Yeah, ugcina sekadlalela iSuper Sport.
Nje.
yeah.
Ugcina sekadlalela iSuper Sport.
Okay.
So, okay. Talking about me, ngi-strike. And kuma trials, mangabe kuna 10 minutes, we are trial. Whether it's 10 minutes or 20 minutes, we strike. Chances are ngeke uthole ball.
Yeah. Ngapha bakwazi.
Because, yeah.
Awubazi.
So it's either ibhola uzolithola kayi-1 or kayi-2. Mawulithasha bakushaya ngebhathu. Because wonke umuntu ufuna upasa ama-trial.
Asiyahleka. Kodwa ngikuzwela ubuhlungu utwana ke sharp.
Othi utshelithasha ndoda hayi vele usikunere ndoda kushaya ngebhathu.
Sikunere.
Kushaya ngebhathu.
Ulathi igama lakudala usikunere.
Ndoda bulishoes bakushaya ngebhathu. Ngithi bekhona le ntwana lezi bezibiza ngokuthi short bulishoes mawufika nje uthola ibhola yakushaya ngebhathu.
Hey.
So basically ama defenders during that time yiwo bewapasa ama trials kakhulu. Because mawuthasha when you strike bakushaya hard. So mawuthi phapha ama trials aphelile kwalithola ibhola. Akho umuntu okufidile ngebhola thasheka yiwa. So I failed ama trials.
Hey ban.
Can you imagine I failed ama trials?
Okay, zana.
Bengidlala. Settled ngazi ukuthi hayi no ngiyadlala lana and then suddenly somebody else comes and tell ukuthi kuthiwa lonke umuntu I failed ama trials. I could not make it kwi-squad sakamalumbu. Can you imagine?
Yo.
So now I have to go back home.
Team coach decided or beyithini team because bese uqalile
phela team angithi ngaso sikhathi umalumbu phela you decide asiyazi abokhiza ukuthi abobani nani asikaka
ukufika kuleyo level ukuthi nje ungambona
you understand yeah
okay.
So now I failed my trials. Now I'm coming back like lokishini qalela phansi in fact. So but now because of I had a vision and I have a desire to play for Kaizer Chiefs. That actually, Lama trials did not actually determine success yam. Yoguti angibuyisele move with as in yabona angeke ngisabuyele I mean angeke ngisaya lapha yana. So what I did ke ngahlala mhlambe boma 3 to a month. Ngazangiya lapha and then ngasijimela la elokishini dedicated I was determined ukuthi ngispane la kuPhama. I think because kuyiPhama if I'm not mistaken. No ngispane la ekasi ngijime serious. I loved football as you asked me before. Ngiyenzeni ke mina ngibuyela
mawubuyela
kanje buyela ngiwani ngihamba ngama taxi.
Okay,
so ngiyenzeni ngibuyela ngiwani imali yokukhera le abanginikeza yona ngiyayibudgeta kuleyo nyanga le ngisho ukuthi le Grootman le izongibona kahle ngifuna ukuyiprove point. You understand? For sure. Nini ngifind out ukuthi bajima kuphi basajimela lapha ngoba nesikhathi ngibuyele. Amangibuyela laphana ingwenya ngithole sebasettled
Yeah.
sengivela ngiyi-1
Yeah, kusenamsindo manje.
ya ngivela ngiyi-1 ngigcoka uniform yesikolo mangifika laphana ngathola ukuthi khona abanye bebatrayela ngawo-1 ngifike la mina ngaleso sikhathi leso ke I think it was Tuesday ngabo June if I'm not mistaken. Not June yeah ngabo June for sure ngitrayele ke ingwenya ke trialing kanti uMahlubi ukhona lapho uMahlubi angibona izwakala ndoda ngizomtshela lo ukuthi uphuma ekasi
Yeah.
ngijime beku Tuesday next ingwenya ithi ayibuya Thursday uMahlubi angikhulumele okay ngizomnikeza i-chance mhlambe after 2 weeks Grootman ngivume ukuthi hayi no yazi ngizwakala plus bengiseseyintwana ngijima namaGrootman amajita naboma 19 20 ngaso sikhathi leso vele ingwenya kithi yazi nithi ngumsayine lo mfana lo uzokhulela la and then that's when basically I signed maka ngisayina uMalombo kuleyo season leyo ngihlala endoda zange
akubeke pension.
Almost the entire season but la kusele I think bekusele 3 games uMalombo angifake
Akulahlele.
maka ngilahlela ndoda ngishaya net
Awuhungry ndoda.
Yeah. I thank uMalombo at the same time because unginikeze there's this element angaye yona yokuthi ungenza ukuthi ngibe nesibindi ngingasabi because he was very strict uMalombo bekathusa his attitude towards a game was very brutal.
Yeah, nyamas.
Very brutal. uMalombo bekangahleki so he had given me ukuthi he had instilled that attitude ukuthi ngibe nesibindi ngingasabi into mangiyenza ngiyilande ngqo yabo so he had given me that leverage yokuthi ngikwazi ukuthi whatever into engiyenza ngingasabi because he was very hard on me so last 3 games ye-league uMalombo angifaki ngishaya net so mangishaya net uMalombo athi yo hey ngihleli nomlilo mostly.
Yes.
You understand? So ever since then, uMalombo started basically to like me. I promise you from that time, uMalombo, wherever we go, he used to say, Ntwana yami le. Tshela abantu lesi mhlambe sihambe sisodlala ama-friendly game boma Queenstown,
Yes.
Northwest, KZN, angithi Chiefs be-specialize ngama-friendly game. So he used to say, Ntwana yami le. I'm like, amajita bengidlala neNtwana kaBhamshi. Naba nezinye ingane. It's like Ishmael Bhamshi.
Yeah, Ishmael.
Namanye ama-India. Nezinye ingane. So these guys, that's when I realized that le one day beqamba manga eating intwana yayo. You know, but I think he grew fond of me, you know, the way bengidlala ngakhona. And then lentwana lezi to find out ukuthi uMalombo was like telling people that ukuthi intwana yakhe it is because of like he used to hit in net nalapho. And then how I found out lentwana zingilanda is it angitshele ndoda uMalombo ithama lakho now kanjani because he goes around telling people ukuthi intwana yakhe. So yeah, basically that's when basically I used to I got an opportunity to play for development until thus far.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then later again, uMalombo, that's when basically you came to the pitch. Second season, yeah, Malombo.
Yeah.
And our coach Kaizer Chiefs, that's when basically you came on board.
Okay, sibambe kancane nje sense bafethu, please don't forget to like, to subscribe, to share and hit that notification bell so that you can get the latest update as a Jabu Mahlangu and Diskishandis. Shuffling Diski Ringas, sisaphethe uNhlanhla Kubeka, aka Ru. Yasekaslam le bafethu bezokuhlala la beshaya net icala mayiceda bezivala ngalo besiyivala manje bezikashaya ngale ngapha sekavala saphethu lo uNhlanhla la mfethu knowledge ngifuna sithi ukumuva kancane mfethu
yeah. I wanted to ask you Nhlanhla, how long does it take you from good development until you get promoted to the first team? Like, how long did you play good development at Kaizer Chiefs?
Plus minus 5 years. Plus minus 5 years.
Plus minus 5 years.
I think Morizo ngidlale a few months, and then uhlanganisa nalelo nakamalombo. It's a year, 2 years kumalombo.
Then Rao.
Kulo.
Urider. Oh yeah, Coach Ryder.
Alright, and then Rao, if I'm not mistaken, sidlale 2 years.
Asidlalanga one.
Isn't it 2 years? 1 year, couple of months.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 year, couple of months. Most uhlanganisa neinyanga lezi ezinye zala ama coaches law, so it's about plus minus 5 years.
Okay, then you get promoted obviously to the first team. Who promotes you?
Who promoted us?
There obviously it was Coach Farouk and the late Ace Ntweleng.
Yeah.
But ele phezulu bekuno bekusase uPrasten, the late Prasten. We were director of coaches at that time with Chiefs.
So yeah, who promoted us? Ulon. We got promoted while we coach Ulon, Coach Farouk.
And when you got promoted, bese uconvertiwe from being a striker to a defender.
Yeah, bengifuna lapho because ngihlanhla ngifuna sihambe ne sisihleli kakhulu la kwenda. Ngifuna singene lapho vele before promotion.
The conversion.
Please nhlanhla share with us.
Conversion.
Sizokwazi ukumove abafethu.
Conversion, I'm sure you remember very well, Jabu.
Bemkhona nami.
Yeah.
Mabakushintsha. Angikutholanga sowushintshile. Angikutholanga sowujime.
No.
Yeah, angikutholanga sowujime.
Conversion, it was done by Ulon, Coach Ryder Mufukeng. Remember, we played against a team as Scotland. Fortunately, you guys were late. Came in your corner, so we had to play short as 9. I think we were 9 or 8. So the team as Scotland, we go into under 19. So what we did is jobbing strike. All right, one coach. One coach, Coach Ryder, the late Ryder Mufukeng. So what I did, a good game, ngishaye 2. Mangishaye 2, nge time what game ended. Ngizokenza captain. Ngicela ungenzele favor, hambe udefender le 2 goal yakho le, because manje asikwazi ukudliwa le game fast. So hambe udefender le 2 goals. That's when basically I got converted to become a defender. So what I did, because we're in Tuana, you can't go against a coach's decision to your man. So I ain't done that because I had to defend him. So that's when basically I got converted to Coach Ryder on Ropa Al Captain. So that's when basically I converted, just to cut the story short. And then I became a defender. So, 1.5 season before getting promoted, getting the first team, go by defend.
Okay, sharp. Says promote you, says Ntwana, and then now we're the next Lucas Radebe. Say, say we Leon, what was going through your mind, Mfana? But already in fact to football lovers, especially Kaizer Chiefs fans. Siba grika cabang we are from Ubu Strike Shainet to Uguti back beg Uguti, but the next Lucas Radebe. I mean, I'm making explain to Lucas Radebe in we all know about Lucas Radebe school mangumuntu onjan because big teen go went to an amaj cabang sebazuti you'll be the next row.
You must remember that Uguti, you and I, we played ama games up higher. See, cutting Rezela first team. So, in terms of having to deal with fear of playing under a crowded Kaizer Chiefs was a plus for me and yourself, to get used to the environment and the atmosphere. But coming back to the issue of Lucas Radebe, it was overwhelming, It was nice. It was a nice feeling. It was a scary feeling at the same time.
I can
Because
imagine.
now you've seen how Lucas had been, you know. Lucas was a stalwart and a very smart football player during that time, and he was well known, Lucas. And for me to fill in his gap, it was a huge task. But because I believed in myself, you know, and I believed in myself, and was dedicated basically.
Yeah.
We focused with football as well. So I knew that Guti, I had to actually step up and fill that gap, you know. And as I'm saying to you, Guti, confidence in me, it was skyrocketed. You know, I was very dedicated to what I was doing. So subsequent to that, it became much more easier for me to adapt to what Lucas was.
Yo, yeah, phela mabazokubiza ngode chief
Yeah,
at that
hey.
age.
Too
Yeah,
much
it was
pressure
big.
there, yeah.
It was big. Mina benginaye vele, it was big, and nami ngicine ngikhohlwa ukuthi bekuMadida.
Wabona uLucas.
You understand that you no, you're on and off the field.
Yeah,
no,
udiscipline,
uyangithola.
gentleman.
No, awuzakithi kwamina cabanga nomuntu ngimazi from ngicine ngimkhohliwe uMadida.
You're very funny.
Mfana, what awusitshele ke, and then your memories nje ngecareer yakho ngoba mfana ipressure beyikhona. Okay, how was it mfana your first season masiqeda ukupromote sonke wena personally? Mina ngiyazi nami ngizikhulumele wena nje, how did you feel mfana mase sesilaphayana sesivillage my sesingene village sesikwazi ukubona nengami lake manje uBraking ubudala bakhe?
I'm sure you can attest to this.
And,
It is not easy to play for Kaizer Chiefs. There's lots of pressure. But uthi nje mawuvuka ekuseni is like ejimini. Indoda wona lento lokuthi uthuka ndoda uyoungster. Bothuka useza baba. Masuzofika la village ndoda sesibekina le anxiety yocabanga nokujika ndoda mara bongana choice because ndoda ngoba bebakudrive.
Yeah.
So there was lots of pressure. There was huge anxiety, you know, within you. So the emotion was overwhelming. You know, there was pressure also, and you had to prove yourself every day, Jimin. You know, so it was a humongous task basically for one Uguti our team, and as a youngster, it was not easy for Uguti. You could sustain ukudlalela Kaizer Chiefs for a long time.
And manje Nhlanhla wena ke discipline so yaziwa sesilaphayana, so vele sekushiya ukuthi you abantu babheke ukuthi okay ubrother Lucas Radebe makavaya yaphesheya kuyoba uwe.
Replacement.
Udile kanjani nefame Mdladla nokwaziwa? Yeah, and uyazi mina istory sami yazi vele mina ike yangidida kancane ifame, but wena you still mfana kept your composure and your discipline from day ngokwazi Nhlanhla until sisiku professional, so famous now, so and you were doing well, you were a very important player for us. Uthi wena personally yini intwana lento bo yini bowufutha now or bowenzani ukuthi ube discipline thina behlule
Till today lo
thina
muntu,
ithe thina abanye discipline besizaba kodwa beyala la kithi man. Bowenza kanjani Mdladla, yini into ekwenza ekhipte ukuthi ube so focus, ube isibonele sihle kanje mfethu? Because he used to shout at me Nhlanhla, and the brother uthi yami noNhlanhla imnandi ngaloko because mangenzi wrong bengangifihleli ngwenye uyayikena vela ngoba bengitshela straight, mangikwatile but okusala ingitshelile, yabona. We look up to him naye ngediscipline, ngizamile ukuba discipline bafethu but kwalile Nhlanhla wena kambe kanjani mfana, yini into ekuncedile
I think
to stay away from trouble in your career kahle uthi ngibeke kanjani?
I think it is difficult basically to answer. I will try to answer it, you know, because sometimes background basically my parents they did a good job in terms of how they raised me. You know,
aye, for
especially
sure.
my parents. But also at the same time, you could give credit to my intuition. I don't know how to explain that, but my intuition basically is the one that basically had guided me. And the desire to learn from others. You know, when somebody talks to me or talks with me, I will give you an ear and listen to you, ututin and so forth. So I had a quest for learning. So for me, also to play football at the highest level, it was a journey of learning. I was not chasing fame, and obviously coaches were talking to us. You know, they were our teachers from time to time. You know, telling us about the principles of life, telling us about other aspects of what in order for you to survive, basically you need to do 1, 2, 3. So I would give credit to all the coaches that had actually coached me, you know, and also to be given a captain at an early age, had given me a leverage basically to shape my leadership qualities, you know, to say, okay, you need to behave in this way in order for you to lead others. So that played a huge role in terms of shaping me to become the person that I am in terms of talking about discipline and so forth. Yeah.
So manje eshafana ama injury I know ukuthi ayile akuhlupha, and mina I always vele nami yazi Nhlanhla ukuthi nje uyazi uNkulunkulu uye umdali owaziyo. Ayi inhliziyo yami ibabhlungu mangicabanga ukuthi bohlutshwa ama injury. Lama injury mfana bewakwenzani mentally kahle mawaqala when the injury started, because inhliziyo yami ibibhlungu because I was there most of the time.
I need to ukukhuluma ngendaba ukuthi I was too quick.
Yeah, hiyo lento yakho.
So I was too quick. So yeah, my injuries basically, I had a problem with it was very quick, but only to find out with my abdominal muscles were weaker as time goes on. So my injuries were basically, they stemmed out from that point, from there. But yes, I had to work hard in terms of like strengthening my abdominal muscles. And yeah, mentally it was tough at first. But now that they've told me that okay, you need to work through in terms of having to strengthen your muscles and overcome your weaknesses. Then I had to work hard in order for me to. What are you asking me now? This guy.
No, ngizama ukuthi angisho mhlambe la. Angisho groin. My man, angisho groin. Yeah. Groin, but vele you can't have ile. You can't awukwazi ukushaya.
I'm trying to run away from that question. You're putting an emphasis on that.
La podcast ngiyabuza ukuthi manje the process mawuqinisa lapha la uyabona.
No. Remember I had to go for searching.
Oh yeah.
So during that time, obviously, I needed to stay away from that.
Oh yeah.
I needed to stay away from that until I strengthened my muscles. I mean, Baba Bantuana, so there was no way that I could stay away from that.
You played for one of the successful teams, the Kaizer Chiefs, and in your era, you guys won the Mandela Cup. You had a pleasure of lifting that. Can you take us through the memory of you guys playing and maybe the players that were around you that won that cup? Because I think it's one of the cups, in my opinion, the Chiefs winile for Africa, because you don't have a star. I fall under a star pelalela cup.
I don't understand what whiling I fall under a star,
right,
because I mean the same continent, and we used to play against those teams that actually played Champions League.
I think you're only Confederation.
Confederation in Nhlanhla.
Yeah, I understand.
So can you take us through the moments and the emotions of winning that cup for you?
Honestly speaking, since during that time, I think those were best highlights of my football career.
Yeah.
Playing for Kaizer Chiefs. You know, we used to yonke into nje besihlangana nayo besishaya. We were highly motivated, we were very, very ambitious, and we were mission driven basically, and we had the Kaizer Chiefs basically during that time had assembled the best squad. So yeah, during that time, I think for me, I believe it was the best highlight of
was
my
it the
career.
time
I was on top
we
of my
kept
game. Sorry?
Was it the time so we captain this was cut?
No. I was not a captain. I was captain of Shavula.
We captain.
They used to call my youngsters. So yeah, I was on top of my game during that time. I was enjoying my football. I remember when they used to start with the lineup under Mushin. Mushin used to start with Brian and then come with me to say, hey, Ndota, I built. He used to call me Magakala because during that time he was Sushanglali Semidlin. So basically, Sushanglali Semidlin, and then Magabon would okay, Ngalega right or left to Gnembobo, and then he would take me there. Would go and close that position.
Yeah.
So it team basically also during that time it was
built around you.
Yeah, it was built around me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and by the way, we won the best team in Africa that season. Then we were the first team from South Africa to go and play South Korea Peace Cup. After us, it was Sundowns, if I'm not mistaken. But we were the first. It was during the. So we were the best team in Africa. Marina style, but we were the best team in Africa. And then to fast forward, ngifuna le transition le mental and coaching ukuthi ize kanjani mfana wawukhethe ukuhamba leyo path yokuthi ungene kulento zobu mental coaching and stuff zibaluleke kangakanani?
How I actually embarked on mental coaching or psychological coaching. I had to, after I get to retire basically. I remember I went to Erao and I studied sports management. So I just told myself that I would just have to go and seek Spani, for sports marketing, from sports marketing companies, or maybe become a journalist or something else related to sports.
Yeah.
It's not easy. Immediately when I got to retire, it's not easy. So what I did, I actually also was at the point basically because of the transition. Things were tough. So I actually embarked on a spiritual journey.
Okay.
So I tried to apply and there was no response. And then, I searched, I Googled for Amakhosi Zamani and so forth. Okay, anything I hear apart from Ilona because I'm totally span.
Yeah.
Understand? So when I searched for anything I hear, I like to study just to keep myself busy. I came across with a course, maybe with neuro-linguistic programming.
Yeah.
Neuro-linguistic programming. So basically, it's a study about cognitive psychology. It's a course. It's an intervention. Basically, it talks about how we communicate to self and others, and also look at how do we behave as individuals. In order for us to produce positive results in our lives. So I did that course, and subsequent to that, basically I finished it, and I got interested basically to assist people regarding producing positive results in their lives.
Ningishaya ngelinye igama umakhasi amsho libhalile ngizaligugula mangifike endlini. Hey abantu abaningi phela why ngibuza because uyazi abantu abajita abaningi futhi abacethe ukudlala ibhola coaching a lot. I can say 80% phela mara wena ukhethe a different path, but now futhi Nhlanhla ngifuna nje tingicheckela ngingabhayizi bafethu and then ngifuna ukuthi ungitshele your thought life after football. Many former players baya struggle mfethu after vele ukudlala nani. So wena ushilo ukuthi
transition from this point
to this point, but ibaluleke kangakanani Nhlanhla lento oyenzayo psychology. Angisho manje ngifuna just usitshele that ukubaluleka kwayo.
You see, the problem is one. People, they have this mindset ukuthi you're still a football player. Gubo.
Yeah.
Those football clubs or managers, they still think that
the same football clubs.
Yeah, useseli Antoine.
Le Nhlanhla.
Yeah.
Hey boy.
So basically, even if you go to them and tell them, "Hey, nginento so," they won't take you serious. You understand? That's what I've observed with them. And to echo to what you are saying, that's very key. Yeah. This type of an intervention is very, very critical. That the current football players should embark and seek this type of like technology in order for them to make them and in order for them to maintain or become high performance athletes.
Yes.
You understand? So that they can sustain a career for longevity while they are still in it. You know, because now what I like about this course, basically it actually forces you to become a visionary, you know, to be determined by the vision of the future. You understand?
Yeah.
So meaning that if you are a human being, you have a vision, then you know basically once you become conscious about your vision, then basically you will know that okay, la nyala. And then you structure that type of feel on vision and the desire okay, 1, 2, 3, and then you create a mission statement for yourself. So you've got a vision, you've got a mission. And then within a vision and a mission, you create a role. There comes, because these things basically they're inbuilt. They're inbuilt, we call them psychological archetype principles that they live within you. So once you become aware of those, then you understand okay, within the vision and the mission, you need to create another element of which, what role are you playing within these two elements? And then once you know that with your role, then you create another aspect. So basically they become 4 pillars of Ujabupule, basically. Saying, okay, within vision, mission, and there's a role, then you become ambitious. So these are the 4 pillars that will make you become successful in life in Nyako. And then basically, if you've created these 4, and then you create another one, my goals work. So I've got a questionnaire basically that will actually bring a whole clear picture on what is it that you need to do in order for you to become successful. That will support the vision, the mission, the role, the ambitious. So those elements, we call them neurological levels of change, according to neuro-linguistic programming. So definitely, if you do have that, that creates a whole picture of a mind map. Okay, ola, nyapi, what are the constraints and what are the opportunities? Because now you've created yourself resources of wanting to achieve a positive results in your life. I've done that with Utifo Mashamaite. When Utifo Mashamaite became for 3 years. When Utifo Mashamaite, remember, 3 years later, Utifo Mashamaite was seen as an ordinary player. And the first season, first contract year, he was very frustrated. I think only for 5 years with Chiefs, but 2 years here it was very, very hard. So ngimthola frustrated. I wanted to leave with Kaizer Chiefs. And ngamita, and then just to cut the story short, we started this project together. And then gule 3 years in 79, gule 3 years. And then what I did, because I stressed, Kaizer Chiefs, so I needed to find out psychologically where is he.
Okay.
So I realized that okay, for based on the background, dealing fear and anxiety, and also anger. So now what I did, I substituted those limiting beliefs with positive emotions. You understand? Like for instance, if you are struggling with fear, we substitute that with the courage or being at peace. If you're struggling with the anger, then we substitute that with peace or love emotion. Basically, those are energetical, psychological. They support nama values work, nama beliefs work, and then they push you towards nama goals work. Then you take action, you become aware of what okay. So automatically, those values and your belief systems, they do support you towards your success.
Yeah, just nje ukuthi yeah, because manje he's being technical ngespan sakhe uNhlanhla lesi pusha.
That's why bengifuna noma ngezwe ne so bengifuna vele so that nabantu ba out there bazokwazi ba yes we understand ukuthi uNhlanhla wenzani. That's why nami ngithulile ngisazi ngizogugula after show mina yonke into.
So mina
after show yonke into yeah, but
into engiyifunayo for our viewers, especially intwana lezi ezisadlala manje, is to use ama services afana nawaboNhlanhla, because even in Europe players have ama individual psychologists abawaspanisayo to better igame yabo or to improve igame yabo, because sometimes you struggle with a lot of things as a football player and you don't know where to go or who to go to, and you've got such services abantu abafana naboNhlanhla which we should be using, or the teams should be hiring abantu abafana naboNhlanhla ama psychologists to come and help these players. And I mean, I think that's what we should be pushing for, abantu abanjengaboNhlanhla, because I'm tired of football or abantu nje general in South Africa ukuthi footballers are not smart. Naba boNhlanhla ama psychologists not that they can deal nalezi zinto lezi. Let's hire our own people who are in football to run a football
and who understand the game,
the
mindset of the players.
So as I'm saying in Nhlanhla, I said mina maybe we're not putting ourselves out there uthi wena we are, so as pushing more, let people know ukuthi uNhlanhla this is what it does. You understand that?
Okay.
To help masinentwana mhlambe sibonayo bathe nayo yahlupha, we recommend uNhlanhla. Uyangithola, we know kunama team ayingaki in the PSL 16 teams. Nginamajite super sport, nyanyo gym nyanyo bukele training ese super sport, and I hear le ntwana le bathi yahlupha. Ngibamba uNhlanhla kunento so I recommended super sport. Guys, why don't you hire uNhlanhla to help this boy? That's how I think we can help each other as former players as well.
Yeah, no, serious. I think for me, that's very critical. And mind you, I just wanted to come in to say, to support your statement, to say that football players are overseas. They do use this type of resources.
Yeah.
Why I did this, I've listened to. There was an interview before World Cup. Robert Marawa interviewer Raul Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Striker Real Madrid. I was so amazed when he was actually saying what he does at that time. Unama coaches are different.
Yeah.
Away from the coach a ball.
Yeah.
So he said he's got life coach, he's got a financial coach, he's got investment coach. A yoga coach.
Yeah.
He's got a fitness coach. So for me, I listened to that interview. I found it very, very much interesting, because now in South Africa, we are struggling with to transition or no modalities. We are struggling because nobody teaches you about investor while you are still playing football. Nobody teaches you about the significance you train, just to be super fit so that you can actually have a longevity your football career. So that you can maintain your weight rate for a longest time. So we don't have those. We do not have a life coach while you are still playing football. So I got a motivation from that interview with Robert Marawa no Raul Gonzalez to say, okay, why can't I actually embark on this and so forth. So that's when basically I took an initiative. Let me just study this neuro-linguistic programming.
So Nhlanhla utholakala kanjani ke Mdladla for our listeners abantu abazobukela mhlambe just ukuthi if maybe kune whoever intwana yakhe maybe seyadlala is watching the show maybe uyabona ukuthi what intwana yami maybe will need ama services waka Nhlanhla ungatholakala kanjani intwana.
So at the present moment you could just literally get me with cell phone number yami. Cell phone number is 076 216 2128.
Okay.
076 216 2128.
Yeah, lastly sebazosilwisa masingaqedanga ezinye indaba eziningi.
Yeah.
Zihlala eziningi indaba. Angeke siziqede zonke ngelanga eli1. What's your take nje with the current Kaizer Chiefs?
Yeah, I think this time around, Kaizer Chiefs has acquired services as a coach. The coach, I think, is good. He understands football. He's good for Kaizer Chiefs. I just want to wish him all the best. Compared to the previous season, I see Kaizer Chiefs is playing good football. And I've noted also from the previous matches that even the players themselves, they gained confidence.
Yeah.
When you could see them, they
want to do something, man.
It's been a while seeing Kaizer Chiefs. First touch with Kaizer Chiefs players, first touch it was very, very poor. But this time around, you could see that okay, there's something here. What they are cooking, it's very big. I can only wish them all the best.
Okay, lastly, Futi, you Bafana, we bona kanjani because it seems like Hugo Prost now we revive him mfethu Bafana ntwana obviously from the AFCON ukuba uguna kwethi bronze besigcine I think 15 or 12 years singa qualify to any major tournament. So we bona kanjani mfana I direction ye Bafana ne South African football generally.
Yeah, no. I think big up to the coach. I think as a coach, once you create a conducive and happy environment for the players will perform positively and create results for you. I think for me, he's that type of a coach that he will go all out for my players and make things to be comfortable. He is challenging as well from my perspective. But for me, I was saying he's very good. He has created a good environment for the players, and kudos to him.
Yes, Nhlanhla, thank you so much Mdladla for ukuthi uzekithi mfethu isikhathi sethu. Ngiyazi ukuthi indaba ziningi angeke sizicede, but obviously sizawubizana le podcast, we are not live, sizawubizana sichubeke masifuna ukuchubeka ngezinye indaba eziningi, but okwamanje nje thank you so much for giving us your time wena Mdladla ne support. Ngibonga kakhulu wena Mdladla bafethu. That was Nhlanhla Kubeka aka Ru Madida Ronaldo. Yeah, Ronaldo. Tavuya la kamakethi uyala. Uyabona naye uzikhohliwe, uyabona makethi
Ufakanga nelegama la ka Ronaldo.
uRonaldo mfethu ngisho ngikhumbula indaba suke zibe ziningi, uyabona.
Yeah, so nami just to our viewers wethu, let me tell them please don't forget to like, subscribe, share and hit that notification button to get the updates on GMTS. Thank you.
Sharp bafethu. That was it bafethu. That was Nhlanhla Kubeka out yasethembisa nase Davidton, but ukhulele Davidton nami ngidlale naye mfethu Thembisa mele siyibale
guy
siye
hayi
okay makasa uyekele ngivale show la yaphazamisa. No bafethu, thank you so much Nhlanhla, thanks mfethu. Keep supporting us bafethu, we are growing slowly, and njoba ngishilo you watch our videos, we are happy. Siyanibona ukuthi niyawabukela ama videos, but siyanicela please subscribe bafethu. That was Jabu Mahlangu and diskishandis shuffling DISKI RINGAS bafethu. Siyabonga, thank you.
It's a rap.
Thank you.
Thank you.